When I heard the news, I threw up 4 times. I was sick as a dog all day, and I never get sick. Like literally during the pandemic and everything, I worked firsthand, first responder, everything, dealing with patients directly who had the virus, and I did not get sick. And then this news I heard just made me regurgitate. It made me nauseous. It made me just, I was not okay. I was not okay for days. I felt like I was losing a family. And I feel like that was the best way to put it, is that they became like my family, and I felt like I was losing my family. So, whew, y'all finna make me cry. I did this to myself the minute I decided to make this video. Anyway, a lot of you guys probably clicked on it because they were like, oh my gosh, she lost her job. And the answer is yes, I lost my job. I'm not ashamed. I'm not gonna hide it. I was never hiding it. I was just too, I wasn't ready. Like, I don't know if it was too sensitive or too emotional to talk about it. I just didn't feel ready. I was so attached, and having to let it go really hit me. I would see how like she would be so grateful for the little things where I was like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I'm trying my best. And she was always so grateful. She was like the best. She's like the best kid. Hands down, the best kid. So, I always said if I had a daughter, I want her to be just like that. But I'm very blessed that I have such a good niece, because that's what I consider her, my niece. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry. I have more videos to film. Anyway, as you guys can see, it's like very personal to me, and that's why I didn't talk about it for so long. Hi my loves, welcome back to another banging video, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So today's video, I've contemplated doing this video a lot of times, and it makes me emotional no matter what. I have a lot of videos to film after this, so I was trying to, maybe I should have filmed this last, but I just wanted to keep it very real and very honest for you guys, because this definitely contributed as to why I wasn't on YouTube as much, and just kind of like where I've been and what I've been doing, this whole journey of like self-love. Just like it had a lot to do with a lot of things. It was like, you know. So anyways, a lot of you guys probably clicked on it because they were like, oh my gosh, she lost her job. And the answer is yes, I lost my job. I'm not ashamed. I'm not gonna hide it. I was never hiding it. I was just too, I wasn't ready. Like, I don't know if it was too sensitive or too emotional to talk about it. I just didn't feel ready. I was so attached, and having to let it go really hit me like what do they call it? Like a moving truck, a flying bird, I don't know, but it really just hit me. So yeah, your girl lost her job, and was obviously also like my main source of income. It happened like this. It wasn't without like a lot of like prior knowing. So I was just kind of like shocked, and nothing. I've just been very grateful for the people who have been there for me more than anything, aside from the financials, because I feel like I've been good off that. It just was just hurtful. Like, I was just sad, like very, very sad, to the point where I couldn't really get on here and talk to you guys about it, or just talk in general. So finally gained the courage to do so. At this moment, it has been quite some time. So, you know, they do say time heals all wounds. I wouldn't say that that's 100% correct, but I would say that you start learning how to live with certain things more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still hurtful and I don't like talking about it, but you just learn to live with it. So anyways, we're just gonna get into it. Before we get started, if you guys could please like, comment, and subscribe, I would truly appreciate it, because we're on a road to 10K, and I've decided that I'm really just going to try to make like social media my like full-time job. I've always wanted to do social media. I believe that everything happens for a reason, and maybe this was God, you know, doing his big one and being like, all right, Patricia, you've done enough for everyone else. It's time to do something for yourself. You're doing good on social media. I'm at an all-time high right now on TikTok. And so maybe it was kind of like, you know, kind of like redirection towards where I need to be, where God thinks I should be or knows where I should be. So I feel like a lot of you guys have confused me losing the job that I'm saying here in this video with Publix. I'm still at Publix. I'm still a pharmacy technician at Publix. I'm there once a month and everything's good on that side. A lot of people were not aware that I was babysitting for years now. So I would say that when I was around like 15 years old, I started babysitting the first little kid that I originally had. And to this day, he's gonna be 8 years old and I'm still babysitting him. So it's amazing, but I would only babysit him like every once in a while. But I had this little girl who she was 3 years old when I was maybe like 16 at the time. So I was a little bit older because I started babysitting when I was 15. But I was 16 when I got her. And she was 3 and I basically just grew up with her. Like, as much as she looked up to me and I was basically like a mom, more than anything, I feel like I also grew up with her. I was young myself, you know. When I was 18, I was driving them around, you know, planning her little birthday parties or play dates or things like that. And I really grew super attached to her. She grew super attached to me. There's nothing I wouldn't have done for her. And to this day, that still stands. You know, I don't like to think too much about the memories because it makes me sad. And I don't want to cry on camera. I just don't want to cry in general. Like, it's not even like, if I'm going to cry outside of camera, I have no problem doing it in camera. I try to keep it a buck here on my channel, like very real. But I just don't want to cry, and I don't want to keep crying over the same thing. Everything happens for a reason. And I know that there's bigger things. But yeah, I had her since she was told myself I wasn't gonna cry. I have more videos to film. Anyway, as you guys can see, it's like very personal to me, and that's why I didn't talk about it for so long. She's gonna be 10 years old on October 6th. And like I said, I had her since she was 3, so we grew very close. We did a lot of things together, and her mom was awesome. Like, I feel like there's parents out here who really just don't want the help or like the babysitter or the nanny or anyone to ever just like do too much with the child, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like in this specific case scenario, she allowed me to really just embrace like myself and do what I thought was right. So it really helped me like grow up and like, you know, make my own decisions. Like, okay, let me, you know, figure out what to feed this little girl, things like that. And she was always very grateful. There was never any, like, a lot of people ask me that. There was never any jealousy. There was never any, you know, like me trying to be the mom or the mom trying to like talk me down. Like, I feel like it was a very supportive system. Like, I would always tell the little girl, like, you have the best mommy. And I feel like her mom would always be like, you know, Patricia's the best. She would call me Auntie Wishy. So like, you know, she'd be like, Auntie Wishy's the best. And so I feel like it was very like positive vibes and support all around the house. But yeah, all good things come to an end at some point. Considering she's going to be 10 years old, she's gotten a lot more independent. So she doesn't need me as much. And she has like older siblings. Her mom's working a little bit less. She's in after school activities. So I can understand that they didn't really like need me as much. Also, I was busier with school. So I understand why it happened. The way it happened, I wasn't super happy about, you know what I'm saying? And that I ended up discussing with the mom, and we just came to a happy agreement. I still see her. I still go once a week for dinners, and it's amazing. I love being with the kids. I don't need, you know, to be financially compensated to go see them. Like, I will go see them for free. I love those kids. I love the little girl. They're family to me. The whole family's family to me. But in terms of like the physical job I was doing in that house, obviously I, you know, was told that they no longer need me. And at the time, it really hit me like a moving bus. Like, it was just insane. And I cried a lot and I suffered a lot. And I feel like that's what makes me, you know, sentimental, because I remember just like when I heard the news, I threw up 4 times. I was sick as a dog all day, and I never get sick. Like, literally during the pandemic and everything, I worked firsthand, first responder, everything, dealing with patients directly who had the virus, and I did not get sick. And then this news I heard just made me regurgitate. It made me nauseous. It made me just, I was not okay. I was not okay for days. I was like, I felt like I was losing a family. And I feel like that was the best way to put it, is that they became like my family, and I felt like I was losing my family. And it was simply, you know, it's a job, and maybe they had other expenses. They were like, we don't need you as much. You're also not available as much. Like, I understand that part. But in the moment, all I could think of was, I'm losing my family, because I had grown so close to them 6 years, and through my good times, bad times, even when I graduated, like with an associate's degree, I went over there to show my degree on some, like, you know, just thank you for just being there for me. Like, they were always there for me. And I believe that that still stands. But like I said, I mean, in terms of the physical job that I was doing, you know, I'm not there anymore. I'm not babysitting. And I think that a lot of people were not aware that I was babysitting on the side as much as I was, simply because the talk was always about Publix and being a pharmacy tech at Publix or being a cashier. My videos catered to that. And people would just see me over there, versus babysitting. No one's really seeing me, and I didn't do a lot of videos on it. But I was, majority of my time was there. I was not in the pharmacy majority of the time, at least towards the end. The last few years, I would just be babysitting mostly. I was not in the pharmacy or at Publix in general. It doesn't matter what position. So I was babysitting more, and like I said, that was just like my main job. So when I got the news and it just happened like this, like one night to the other, I was told, I was like taken aback. I felt like I was just, you know, losing out, missing out. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I really just felt like I was losing my family, and I was so scared. I didn't want the little girl to think I was leaving her, because I wasn't. And I, you know, I've always expressed how much I love her. I grew very close to her, because like I said, I feel like I had that leniency to just figure things out with her. So it made me grow closer to her, because I would see how like she would be so grateful for the little things where I was like, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I'm trying my best. And she was always so grateful. She was like the best. She's like the best kid. Hands down, the best kid. So, I always said if I had a daughter, I want her to be just like that. But I'm very blessed that I have such a good niece, because that's what I consider her, my niece. So, whew, y'all finna make me cry. I did this to myself the minute I decided to make this video. Anyway, yeah, she's like amazing kid, and the family has been very good to me. And you know, it's hard on everybody. So as much as I was like, I don't understand why I was told this way, like I was upset for some time, and it's like everybody was coping in their own way, you know what I'm saying? And like everyone was trying to do the best with what they could. And so, you know, at the end of the day, we forgive, we move on. I'm there for the kids. I'm there for the little girl. I'm there once a week. You know, I'm still very friends with the mom and everything. And it's just a good, like, I still consider them family. I know they consider me family. Like, I have a key to the house, everything. Like, it's okay now. And I think it was always okay. I just freaked out in the moment. Like, I was like, does that mean that this is completely over? I was like, what is going on? And like I said, I mean, to me, she was like a daughter to me. I mean, I was doing a lot of things that like a mom would do. And so I, you know, I just freaked out, and a lot of my love came from that little girl. So I was like, I didn't know, you know, I just felt helpless. I just felt like I didn't want her to grow up and think that Auntie Wishy left her, because that was not the case scenario. So it's just a lot of things. But I think that rejection, and I wouldn't even say it was rejection, it was just time to like move forward. But I think it was just like maybe like a redirection for like, or like maybe just gives me a new purpose to be like, okay, because that happened, I was able to double up on classes. I didn't do it intentionally. I was just like, I need to be so busy. I don't want to think about the situation at all. Because I feel like a piece of me was like ripped out. But I was like, I don't want to think about this at all. So I was like, double me up on classes. So instead of 4 classes, they put me in 8 classes. I just wanted to stay busy because I didn't want to think about the situation. But essentially, me being in so many classes is only helping me graduate faster and bring up my GPA. It's also created a lot more time for me to be on social media. And I just got monetized actually on TikTok. So I've been a lot more, you know, active on social media. I'm getting paid now and everything. So I think that everything happens for a reason. Maybe my purpose, the reason behind all this is so that I can really put my all into social media and making videos and TikToks and things like that, and grow to like, this is what I wanted to do. Like my long-term goal, I was not like, I'm gonna die being a babysitter, but I was like, I'm gonna die being a friggin' influencer. Like that's my ish. I know I'm studying to be in med school or PA school and everything, and I love it, but I think I'm like die hard born to be an influencer. And so maybe that's what this is for, so I can really just focus on this part of my career. So yeah, I mean, that's basically what happened. I do appreciate everyone's love and support, because at the end of the day, as much as people swear that they know me, y'all only know the parts I want you guys to see. Y'all only know the parts I want you to know. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys were like, I would have never guessed that she lost her job. A few days ago, I lost a family member. He passed away. And like, those are things I don't go around announcing. And then everyone's like, oh, I would never know you've been through what you've been through, or that you're going through this or that, whatever. I post or put out there what I want to put. You get what I'm saying? So even though I'm very transparent and very honest, it's like, obviously there's a percentage of privacy that I do have. And yeah, so I just decided to come on here and talk to you guys about it, because you guys deserve to know. You guys deserve to know what I'm up to, as to why I also wasn't posting, things like that, because ultimately my social media means everything to me, and it's nothing bad. It was just, I was obviously in my feelings. Like, it was news that hurt me. It was news that just, I realized a lot. I feel like it was something that made me realize just a lot of different things. I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna get through this, and there's something behind all this. And I didn't even want to tell a lot of people. So, you know, but everything happens for a purpose. So anyways, like I said, everything's good. Everything is solid. Me and the little girl, we're good. I just went the other day. I got her a little Valentine's Day gift. I'm gonna probably be there on Easter. I go there once a week for dinners, and you know, so it's good. Like we're all good. But in terms of the job, I don't have it. And that's okay, because I need to focus. Now I can focus on school. With the schedule I have, I wouldn't even be able to have a job right now. So everything happens for a reason. And so I'm happy. I'm learning to just keep moving forward and do all these things. So I'm good, but I wanted to share with you guys. So thank you so much for listening. That concludes today's video. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay in tune, because I'm gonna drop a video about like how like moving on and like self-love journeys and things like that, because I want to talk more about that, because I feel like I'm in the process of that, and things have been going very good for me. And it's not because everything has just been perfect along the way. It's just about kind of like getting up through situations that haven't been perfect. So anyways, yeah, stay tuned for those videos. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.